Are you ready for this new moon Leo solar eclipse happening in August 12th? I could not remember, of this year, 2026, because it's about to get saucy. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, especially Leo risings and suns, okay? An honorable mention, especially of Aquarius, sun, and risings. Because it's gonna get a little saucy, a little spicy, it's gonna get a little dramatic, but there's a lot of fun with that, because that's what Leo promises. The fun and enjoyment just shooting back into our lives. And now life is gonna get a little more interesting. Let's just say it that. But do you want to know what it's gonna be like for you? These are the selections that we have right here. Of course, on brand with the Leo Cub theme. Voila! I don't have names for them yet, but feel free to leave some in the comments. But this is gonna be option 1. This Paramount puppet baby. And of course we had to be on brand, because if you don't know, Leo is about the theatrics, the dramatics, the dressing up. So of course we have the Paramount bag with this cub here. And now cub 2. Oops, it's already feeling the drama. And so cub 2 here, this is with my dog's hat. She doesn't like the hat so much, but
bombastic side eye, criminal offensive side eye,
but she's so cute in it, and when she's not rocking it, this cub is. And then we have option 3. Look at how cute she is. Honestly, she's my fave, but we're not gonna tell the other cubs, okay? We're not gonna spill the tea and get some drama. Anyway, so this is number 3. Now, I'm gonna give you a second to think, to breathe about it, and then you're gonna wanna head into the description box down below where the timestamps will be ready. Pile number 1. This is a fucking doozy, and I don't say that, okay? I don't say it's a fucking doozy. I never fucking say it's a doozy. That shit is channeled. It's fucking ridiculous, and I think what you're going through is fucking ridiculous. But it's not all terrible, okay? So, with the first card presented, we have the 3 of Cups, and that talks about collaborations, you know, teaming up. And then you got the Temperance. There's a balance of this teaming up, but there, I don't know if there was some sort of heartbreak, and it's like causing you to like mistrust, and then you're trying to like heal that mistrust with group dynamics. And I think it's because somebody comes in here pretty quickly. You're scared of, if it's a person that's a love thing, you're scared that he might be a fuckboy or girl, whatever you're into. It might be that sort of situation, or it could also be outside of a love thing. It could be too that there's a person that is willing to be collaborative about some sort of passion project, and they're coming in pretty quickly about this whole thing, and then it's like a boom tower moment from that. Things are a little more explosive with that than you thought. Or it could be that this King of Wands energy is the one to be creating this tower moment. It's very interesting because there is this like group dynamic, unless it's like the group dynamic has come together and now there's some sort of heartbreak within the group dynamic that has to do with the passion or the investment that you had within some sort of group project. We also have the goat here too, so it could also be even work related as well, because if you think about it, Capricorn is the goat. So it could also be that it could be a work issue and there's some sort of pain with that. And if it's not love, to me, as I go further into this, there's a mix of both, where it could be love or it could be work, but a lot of the times those things go hand in hand. If you think about Venus, this is how I channel. I just think of it astrologically. If you think about Venus, that is love, right? But also, if you look at Venus, that is our money and our finances. And typically when we enter new jobs, people come into our life. So because your Venus is being lit up in some aspect, right? But here we have like shadow work, and I'm not gonna go through the blurbs because I really gotta make this quick. There's a lot. I had to pull out so many cards because I was just like, this feels incomplete and I have to condense this. So it says shadow work, false alarm. Sorry guys. Money moves, but let it go. Gaslit, payback, glow up. Every time I wanted to continue and move forward, this is incomplete, but now it's complete to me. But commitment issues, swipe right. So with that aspect, with these cards rather, there is some sort of shadow work that comes off like you're the one being like the bad guy when you're really not, and that's why there's like this false alarm. That's why the gaslit card is here. I feel like with the gaslit card and the shadow work false alarm, that kind of goes hand in hand, where it doubles down on that story. And it says money moves, let it go. It could be that people are leaving their jobs, if that's a thing, or if it's not a job, it's something you have invested in. Because like I said, money and relationships go hand in hand. This is Venus. So it doesn't have to be money. It could just be a love situation that you've invested in. You let it go. A friendship situation, you let it go. And that's because something better has come in for you. Because we have the payback card, blow up, commitment issue. This is where it causes that breaking point. If you see there's a split, it's split. Real versus fake. And it's a match. It could also be even too that you're finding things out with this card here with money moves, because there's a phone and payback and glow up, and more so with the next set of cards here with chaos, flow, and truth. Chaos with a volcano, flow, and truth. Things are gonna get blown out of proportion a little bit, but I don't think that you're going to be suffering from this. I think you are learning to flow with the chaos. You're like, I can't do anything about my circumstance, so I'm just gonna ride this shit until whether the truth of the situation comes out with you and another person, or a truth within yourself where you realize, oh, you know what? I didn't realize that this person said this thing, and now this doesn't make sense, so maybe this is time to let it go. But it's something here that's gonna have a dramatic turn, and I think you're dealing with it pretty well. And if you look at the astrology too, we have Venus trine Pluto. So this is like investments that come in that's like absolutely life-changing. But with Uranus sextile Mercury, this is like great news. Something coming out of the woodworks. And Uranus is in Gemini. This is newly in Gemini. So it definitely has to do with information that comes out. And this information that comes out, it's random. You're like, holy shit. Like, this is gonna change my fucking life. I'm sorry if I'm gassed because it's in my sign, but I truly think that is going to benefit the collective, because when Jupiter is in Cancer, although it's exalted, we're like a crab in our shell and we're scared to put ourselves out there, especially when Cancer, Virgo together, because we have the Virgo South Node right now. Even though we're having this eclipse in Leo, it's still oh wait, no, it's August. So we're just getting out, but we still have eclipses in Virgo. So although in that time, when the solar eclipse, new moon solar eclipse in Leo happens, we are already having the nodes shifted, with the south node being in Leo and the north node being in Aquarius. We're still gonna have that last Virgo eclipse, and there is a clean out with that, at least until those eclipses are finally over, and then it's gonna be really doubling down into Leo and Aquarius. Now I do want to address the rough edges part of the reading. I said there was gaslit, there was false alarm, and shadow work here. And that's really pointing to this Neptune, Sun sessi square Neptune, and Sun sessi square the moon. So you're not even sure how to exert your emotions because you don't know the true light of the situation, because light, Sun sessi square Neptune, Neptune is the dark and things that are hidden and hidden enemies. So just be careful with clarity, and don't allow people with there's an opposition to Mars and Neptune. Please guys, don't let people deceive you and pull a rug right from under you, because that's what it looks like. There's a battle between how somebody is going about a situation and where they've gone ghost, or their intention. intentions. This is the rough side of the chart. And I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm just saying you're gonna need to push for that extra information wherever it's not being given. Let's move along actually with the advice. So I just want to clarify too, because I don't remember what I said. We do have like sextile from Mercury to Uranus, so again that's like random serendipitous information that's going to really shift things, or it could even be rebellion. But then you got the Venus trine Uranus, so you're going to have the support that you need, or the random abundance that comes in with this trine. This isn't easy though entirely, because it's kind of like the moment you have something really good going on in your life, like, there's like this weird manipulative shit that's happening underneath the surface. So I'm highly advising, like, pull more information, see what is this all about, because you're getting the good with the bad here. And I say that because of those weird Neptune aspects of like, hello, like I'm hearing like Danny Phantom going ghost, like somebody going ghost, you're going ghost. I don't know, it could even be like maybe you're fighting for, you're being rebellious and you're like, you're gonna go your own way type shit, you know? And I can sing, that was just a really bad, I don't know why I sang it like that. Honestly, it's probably because I'm fucking tired. I'm running on fumes, but like, I wanted to get this video out for y'all. So anyway, I'm gonna keep shuffling and I'll be back because it takes me a while. I like to shuffle and allow them to fall like so. It's very interesting too that there's just so much energy happening with Mars too. And like I said, there might be like some sort of rebellious energy because we already got stepping into power. And I feel like it's not just about like, oh, you're stepping into your power and what you're doing. I feel like there's something you're fighting for because there's so much aspects against Mars. Let me see where Mars is actually. I'm sorry, y'all. My oof. It's 0 degrees Cancer. If y'all know about Cancer, Mars being in Cancer, it doesn't do well there. So I would be really careful for emotional outbursts. I mean, I still see you're stepping into your power, so I don't think you are being wah-wah about it, but I would just be cautious. And I do see that you understand with these aspects that there are things that are hidden, yes, but you're clocking it. You might not know what it is, but you're clocking it. Or, you know, you're coming into some sort of realization about certain things that is gonna help you get out of this weirdo fuck shit energy. Sorry. But advice, we're looking for advice on this hunty because yeah. So it is gonna be hard. Mars is in Cancer. We're gonna be like, we're swimming in water and we want to cry, but we have to keep pushing, bitch. So, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's just my Aries moon is shit. You gotta tough shit out, man. Because at the end of the day, you only got yourself, boo. Cry it out. Give yourself the space and the capacity and sit with the uncomfortability because it's not gonna be forever. And you have good aspects here. You have the support. You have the strength, the oomph. I think this stepping into your power is coming from that Venus trine Pluto mentioned earlier. And there is healing too. I think the way that you're set is asserting your potential boundaries. Yeah, like the way you might be asserting your boundaries in a way that people aren't used to. There's something going on here, but you have like sextile from Mars to Chiron. So there is something very healing. Even though this is like, yo, what the fuck is going on? This is also like, I'm doing the thing that I was too scared to do. And this is a different side of me. And then we have flow with the rhythm. Yeah, it's like you can do the hard things. Flow with the rhythm. So, you know, listen to some music. Go out with your friends. Like I said, you have the support. They're all dancing in a circle. They're dancing in a circle. They're with their friends. Like, they're not alone. Go out. It's the Leo fucking solar eclipse. There's so much sun action going on too. I think there's a stellium. Yeah. Like right now as I'm recording, there's a stellium in Aries. We're approaching that. I think this week. But this is the stellium in Leo with Jupiter there. So it's gonna expand all these feelings with fucking Mars in fucking Cancer too. Oh, we got a lot of shit coming. It is never truly the end. Beloved, in this, everything will be okay. So yeah, I think what's gonna help you understand that you're okay is the people around you, have the right people around you. And I do want to get a different set of deck to really lock in on the advice. Cause, girl, it ain't too bad. You might fucking trip up, but you ain't. See? This shit's alright. He tripping. He tripped a little bit, but he alright. Now, of course, I'm taking out the Listen Bitch affirmation deck because it's a little saucy energy. So we gotta get that courage with these affirmations. I feel like it's going to definitely help us feel our bad bitch energy, because that's what Jupiter Leo is going to bring. We might get a little emotional about it. At least Jupiter's in Leo. We're expressing our fucking, we're being expressive in our truest form. We're being authentic in our, it's authenticity is the truest form of being ourselves. So damn, son. Like, I'm just, oh shit. And then you got the other luminaries in Aries too, so it's just so interesting. Is there trines? Hold on. Oh wow. Ha! I'm sorry y'all, but this is actually trining my Saturn. Well no, not trining my Saturn. This transit Saturn is trining my ascendant. Right on it. What the fuck? This is gonna be some interesting shit for me. I feel like part of it's like this whole thing, but anyway. Enough about me, but I will provide the tea if y'all want. But anyway, what affirmation do we have to hear for pile number 1? Listen, bitch, your wildest dreams deserve a chance. I told you something good is coming from this shit. Maybe it's like the friend that's like, girl, I got you, I know what connect, they can help you out with this, or you can finally leave this other thing, or hey, I got this person that knows somebody and now we could go on this trip. It's something significant where you're breaking out of your daily habit, because Uranus breaks you out of that daily habit. And then you're tougher than your toughest day. Yeah, so again, it's something a little, it might be a little much. Fucking Leo is a little much. I can say that. I'm a fucking Leo myself. I know. I'm self-aware. I do see, if anything, a tiny, almost, but not really. This is like 5 degrees off, okay? With Chiron, square, Leo, Mercury, Leo. Maybe displaying your emotions where they don't need to be displayed, because maybe these people have an upper hand in hearing about you being upset or in pain or suffering, whatever. And because Chiron is the wounded healer, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, the awkward wounded person that like, heals. So it's not bad to its entirety, but it just can make this like, I want to crawl in a shell kind of feeling, kind of like Cancer when they're upset. Oh my god, like I feel like Chiron can come with a lot of shame and embarrassment. So we want to be careful with our words, and you know, tune into if other people, you know, because if some people could slip up in this time, and then they're trying to like cover it. What else? We'll do a last one of Listen Bitch, and then we'll get Universe. Listen, bitch, if you can't find a way, carve your own fucking path. Honestly, I like the fucking sound of that. That is very Uranian. That was the little most Uranian card. Yeah. And we're gonna really have to assert our boundaries. There's Saturn right there. It's asserting our boundaries. We're shedding the skin here as well with this snake right there. Even if we feel like a lone wolf, like, fuck it. We'll find, we have our tribe. I was gonna say we'll find our tribe, but I think the tribe is already there. Let me do the last deck. of cards, and then we'll do pile number 2. Okay, we had 2 that like jumped the fuck up. I was gonna just do 1 card because there's so many, and we'll do a bottom of the deck. But opportunities will knock at your door. Debt will be wiped clean. Your bills will be paid in full. Your finances are about to change. Yes, that's that Venus trine fucking Pluto. And you know, if you know about fucking trines, it is the fucking easy route. And I think because you get such a big easy route boost, it comes with a price. But at that price, your debt's gonna be wiped clean. Or you know, it's not even like, if it's not financial debt, it's karmic spiritual debt, you know? Like maybe your spiritual debt is being meek and being quiet, and now you're like, what did you just say? Oh, let's talk about it. I will get loud, I will get emotional. But let's talk about it because it's Leo season. The expression is real, okay? And then we have, I need you to get excited again. I need you to remember you're not in this thing alone. I'm working on your challenges. That's the universe. I've already assessed angels to you. Wow, this is the first time I'm getting this card out. But yeah. I'm working on your challenges. I've already assigned angels to you. So let go and the stress. There's a grammar issue on here. It's still my favorite deck, but whatever. So let go and the stress and just trust me. I think they meant, so let go of the stress and just trust me. I've got a pretty incredible ending in store. Ooh, and I was just saying, there's things, you're done, you're letting shit go. We had that let go card. I've got a pretty incredible ending in store. In fact, that's why you need to get excited again, because the happy ending I've got coming is going to rock your world. I want to fucking cry. I want to cry. I don't know. That makes me fucking emotional. I never got that card before. So consider yourselves fucking lucky. The last card here, which is the bottom of the deck. I know that you have been questioning yourself lately and wondering if you are good enough or strong enough to do that which your heart desires to do. This message is here to remind you that you really are more than capable of doing it. Rise up and take that leap of faith. You know how many fucking frogs I've been seeing? I go to raves, okay, bitch? I go to raves, and I got a fucking frog the day that I really fucking needed that frog. And I was actually doing a leap of faith that day, too. And I was in this questioning phase of like, oh my god, did this thing align in my life the way that I thought it was meant to? That's a sign, you know? Just follow those signs, you know? These animals, they speak to us, even just by them being present in certain times of our lives. So really see that as a message from spirit in any way you can. And if you feel like, hello, anybody out there? Call in spirit, God, source, the divine, whatever you believe in, to, you know, show up in your dreams, give you the signs of synchronicities, because especially around eclipses, it can be a little tough, but don't worry about this one, because I feel like you are definitely much stronger and more capable of doing whatever gets presented this Leo eclipse, and wherever you feel guided to do, whatever you feel guided to do, or wherever, whatever, you get what I mean. You're capable, okay? And that was all for pile number 1. I hope this resonated with you, and if you would like this as a channel charm, because it has not been created yet, go ahead, check the description, and go to the YouTube based channel charm, and I can go ahead and create that for you. We do have other options, like pre-made options. Not my usual setup, I know, but I have her here. Yeah, so those would be pre-made, ready to order, and you'll know what to expect. Customs, completely different, and they're going to be more catered to your energy, which is what I highly recommend. I also do the YouTube base, and that is the more affordable price for a channel charm. And it is all based on YouTube, so the cards that I have presented, the pictures, I'm going to use that imagery to figure out what channel charm symbolism will be locked in there for you and with your guidance. Have a wonderful and a blessed day. Peace, love, unity, and respect. Play a little trance, do a little dance. I see you the fuck later. Hey, pile number 2. If you chose this tiger right here, then this is your reading. And I do want to start off by saying that you might hear footsteps, you might hear noise, you might hear some talking. I have family upstairs, and the floor is not insulated, so it's gonna be pretty loud. Don't mind it. And I will be getting a mic coming in. I do have a mic, but it sounded a little muffled, and I wanted to make sure that you hear me clearly, and I think this audio is better in terms of like not muffled. You just gotta deal with the footsteps. So I apologize in advance, but let's get going with the reading. I actually recorded your reading yesterday too, and I was falling asleep. I was nodding off. So your girl went to sleep with her makeup on because I have a lot of things that I have to get done today as well. There's like so many interruptions. And you know what? Maybe there's going to be a lot of interruptions in your life because I do see a card here that would indicate that. We're gonna deep dive to the first card first, because what I like to do is I like to read this like a story, like a book. And yeah, so you do have the Hermit reverse, so you are getting out of a period of solitude into a period of just swift, passionate fire with the Knight of Wands as the next card. And maybe it's been because of there was a series of unsuccess, or you know that if you don't strive for the success now, it's gonna be late, you know. So because this could also indicate like delayed success, so there might be a bit of delayed success. Maybe there's like things that you have to file for with the Hermit, not the Hermit, the Hierophant reversed. There are things that are in place legally that you need to get over with so that you can move forward, given that there's this Knight of Wands energy. Another way that this could pan out for this eclipse, Leo eclipse in August, I just want to pull up my astrology because I do integrate the astrology with the tarot, but like you have a potential of, if this is love, you've been in a solitude phase for a while, you've been alone, maybe it's because you have already dealt with some sort of fuckboy energy with the Knight of Wands, but it's not reversed, so I don't think it's bad. Maybe it's just you want somebody who's like a little passionate and it's been a little unsuccessful, or there's been a delay because people are just not really committal, or you can't commit because there's so many things that you have to do. And so that's the way it could pan out. It's kind of like if you've seen the movie Doctor Strange, where he has like many visions of how the end will turn out. I forgot, like he saw from the snap of the finger all these trillion possibilities of how things can pan out. That's kind of like how tarot and astrology is, where there are many ways that these stories can pan out, and those are just two ways that I could really see it. I'm just trying to see if there's any other way. That's how I really see it. And continue on with the next portion here. You have cuffing season. I'm not going to read the blurbs just to simplify, but you can go ahead and read the blurbs if you want. If there's anything that does stick out to me though within the blurb, I will go over it. of course. And then also use your intuition as well if something sticks out at you from the blurb. But we have cuffing season, self-care Sunday, let it go, let it go, let it go. And then the influencer status. So, tea. it is really tea though. So cuffing season, it's like you are coming out of, maybe it was like the non-committal energy or single, like you've been a period of singleness, and like maybe this fire is like that influencer status of like doing your passion and doing your self-care and letting certain things go, whether it's people or habits, you know, because we had the self-care, so it's like you're just tending to yourself and your needs and certain maybe routines as well. If this is more about like career, where you're just letting it go, you're letting, you know, maybe you had to you were putting coconut oil all over your hair, and then you find out water is not soluble, so the coconut oil is literally clogging your pores in your hair. My hair stylist, he told me that you should not be using coconut oil on your scalp. It's not water soluble, so it actually will clog your pores, and it's gonna do the opposite of what you're trying to do. So like avocado oil is water soluble, it's better, but still you shouldn't put it on your scalp because it's too dense. If anything, you want to put it like on the ends. But anyway, so that's like an area of life where you would let go of a routine, for example. But this influencer status is like, it's showing me that something really good is going to come out of your previous solitude that you're coming out of. It could also mean realizations with, remember we had the hermit in reverse. So there could have been realizations, maybe some realizations from having this solitude, self-care, and those realizations are the key to your growth, where you're becoming this role model, this figure. It doesn't, even an influencer status doesn't mean that you're gonna be an influencer. It could be you're turning into some boss ass bitch in some area of your life, and you're being acknowledged for it. And then we have miracles. So that's why I'm like, damn, like you're going up in some stature of your life. You're becoming either a leader, because that's with the influencer status, that is very Leo, because Leo is the influencer. I'm just like, because I'm a Leo rising, not trying to be like whatever, but it's like that's what Leos are. They're front and center of the stage. They are role models. They are the leaders. A lot of the times they're the boss in area of life, and it shows here miracles. So maybe it's like you got a random following, you didn't even realize like that was gonna happen. You're like, what? Just what? Like you did not see whatever miracle this is. It's almost like serendipity, where it's like random, and I feel like it's something beautiful coming in with the miracle card here. And then we have expansion. So this miracle is gonna be a big one. It's gonna be huge. And honestly, your pile is very good. Like it's pretty good. Like yeah, you might have to struggle with some sort of like official statements or whatever, but there's also like a bit of like breakout of rebelliousness with that because of the Hierophant reverse, and you know that is more of the harder part of this. But this miracle is so expansive that I feel like it just cancels out all the garbage. And then you also have flexibility, so you might want to clear out your schedule. You might want to, like, you already have Let It Go and Self-Care Sunday, but, you know, make sure that your schedule is flexible. Make sure you take care of the things that you need to take care of. You're gonna want to make room for the new responsibilities you're gonna be having from this miracle that comes in. You are reaping your fruits, you're reaping you're harvesting. And I say that too because like you got the cucumber on that girl's eyes, and then you got this like forest. It's like to me, I don't know, I just that's highlighted for me where you're reaping some sort of fruit here. And then with the next card as well, you have grace and gratitude. So you're gonna be so grateful for whatever this miracle that is coming in. Like you're just gonna be like, I created this, I cultivated this, and I'm so grateful for where my life is by the time that Leo eclipse happens in August. And just to like go over the astrology before I continue further on like the affirmations and the guidance portion, you do have the Mercury. Oh wow. I wasn't even trying to say that. I was gonna say a different aspect, but yeah, you have a sextile from Mercury to Uranus. So Mercury is broadcasting networks, and then you also have, what is it, Uranus, and that's literally online and networks as well. So it's just, Gemini is more of like short form content, and then Uranus is the people as well. So it's just more broader when it's Aquarius. Uranus, which is the ruler of Aquarius, that's why I said that, but it's more on a broad spectrum, and it's also like downloads that come in. You're having like these realizations that can literally change the way your routine flows, and this is like a massive scale change as well. You have the Pluto trine Venus, so these are beautiful money making opportunities that are life changing, that can impact you in an expansive way that is gonna be like, you won't even recognize who you were before this eclipse. I do want to just let you know, astrologically, I know the cards don't really emphasize anything too negative here. I don't think you're being negatively impacted by this eclipse. It looks like it's more of like an easier tone than the previous pile, honestly. But I just do want you to be aware that there is a Venus opposition to Neptune. So, you know, make sure you know where your money is going. Make sure you know where you put your things. Because with the opposition with Venus and Neptune, it's like, where the fuck did I put my fucking mic? Where the fuck did I put my necklace? Like, stuff like that, it could go missing. Because that signifies loss. And just to continue on with like what's showing in your spread, because you have the Knight of Wands, I do want to look at Mars, and you do have Mars square Neptune, and in conjunct Pluto. Damn, that's it. Oh wait, no, is that in conjunction? It's quincunx. So yeah, you have quincunx from Venus to Pluto. So it might be a little feisty, but like, it could. I feel like it's not people. I feel like it's just like the hardship is mainly from this Hierophant reverse. So like, damn, what do I need? What license do I need, or how much school do I need to take for this thing to come into fruition that I'm like super passionate about? But there is a miracle. There is things that are coming in that make it worth it. So just be patient with your process. Because the Knight of Wands could really show impatience, especially with Pluto quincunx Mars. It can make us impatient. You have the trine to Venus with Pluto. Sorry for the confusion, but yeah. So it's like with Venus trine Pluto, but then you got Mars quincunx Pluto. It's like, I know I'm getting this good thing, but why does it take so long? Or I know I'm getting this good thing, but why do I feel like this person is saying something else? Like, it could be like somebody's getting interested in your work and what you have to offer, and they want to give you this opportunity, and there's a contract, and you're just like, this contract tells me I'm gonna get paid this much money, and that's great, but something's not right here with what they're expecting of me with what I'm doing for them. Like, something is off. There's something off here that you need to clarify or gain more information, some insight on. And I think you taking the restful moments with the Self-Care Sunday is what's going to help you see clearly through what's going on. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that sticks out to me. I think we could move along with the next set of cards. Just so you know as well, before I move along, actually, the Venus in Venus is in Libra, trying to Pluto, and Pluto of course is in Aquarius. So it's like almost like a wow. I love channeling like this. It's almost like 7th house trining your 11th house. So it's kind of like these friends that come in, that, or networks that come in, that are like, they're showing you that boyfriend, they're showing you that girlfriend, or they're showing you this connection that's like, you wouldn't have known about this connect who works in the same industry as you, that helps you with your success. Because Libra is other people that we know, our companions, lovers, people we get in contracts with, and Pluto Aquarius is that grand scale networks. Like these are people who are innovative and that really see into the future, and can really set you on a path to greater expansion, especially later down the line. Remember, I spoke about Mars, right? Mars is in a Cancer, so we just want to be aware of our emotions. Make sure that you are nourished, make sure you are fed, because Mars in Cancer can make us feisty when we're hungry, can make us feisty when we don't have enough sleep, make us feisty when we don't feel nourished. It can make us have arguments with family and friends who feel like family, connections that we've had in the past as well that come in that piss us off. Or it doesn't have to always piss us off though, it can motivate us too. So friends and family that healthy friends who feel like family, and family that can really start us off on a passionate path of pursuing some new project. Like maybe you're like, oh, I want to start doing this business with my mom. Like that would be the time where you could do that. Emotional explosions on the negative side. And the thing is, I want you to keep in mind there's a reason why Mars in Cancer doesn't do well. Mars in Cancer is not happy. It's like, I just want to be nourished, I just want to be in my soft girl era, and I can't do that, or I feel like there's too much being asked of me. And like Cancer is also the hermit. Cancer is also the crab, so it wants to be hermit in its own shell. When you piss it off, it's gonna go ahead and snap at you, like, and you know it's dodgy. So it is gonna be like a slow moving process, and that slow moving process could be a little frustrating. Not gonna lie. and it's at 0 degrees. So it has that Aries degree of like anger, frustration, and explosion. Again, whatever's gonna happen, you're gonna be grateful. I don't think this is a negatively impactful eclipse. This actually looks calmer. Not calm exactly, because I mean you have miracles and expansion. I don't think it's like small, especially with Mars Cancer, and then you have a bunch of Leo energy. I feel like those are good things. You just gotta make sure that you keep your flexible schedule. Keep a flexible schedule so that you can have more output, especially with Mars and Cancer. You're not going to want to have a lot of things scheduled when you're like walking side to side to your destination. So we're gonna continue here. We have, so this is my Listen Bitch affirmation deck. I love vulgar divination. I don't know what it is. Well, I know what it is. I'm an Aries fucking moon, Aquarius sun, Leo rising. Like that whole combination is just like vulgar as fuck. So but here we have, listen bitch, don't water yourself down for anyone. They can take all of you or nothing at all. Yeah, so that's the whole Mars Leo vibe, Mars Cancer vibe. People might expect you to just water yourself down. You're like, I don't see you doing that. I see you letting whatever motherfucker is watering you down go. So, and then we have here, listen bitch, that thing you're self-conscious about is what makes you light up the fucking room. Yeah. So if you're the light up in the room, why care about what other people say? You know your purpose is to light up the fucking room. So just fucking do it. Who cares about other people's opinions? How do you feel when you do the thing? How do you feel about when you do the thing? Because that's what matters. And the people who are meant for you will gravitate to you. And yeah. And let your haters talk too, because at the end of the day, you can put it out there to the universe that, hey, anything bad and anything that's said negatively, anything that is thrown at me gets converted into something beautiful and transmuted into something of value, whether it's money, whether it's a new friendship, whether it's new connections. But let's move along here. Again, we have okay, so these are the guidance that I have for you. And we have, be true to who you are, be present, choose yourself today, and run wild. So, I mean, just with these cards, I already had like the message just like as soon as I was saying these cards, I was like, okay. Something came into me super clear. When you allow yourself to be true to who you are, that is the moment when you choose yourself, okay? And that is a true act of self-love. And if you ever feel like you're all up in your head, be present. Be present. When you're in the moment of like, you've just been your most authentic self, and then you're like, wait, did I come off a certain way? Did I? No, rewind. Just move forward and think about what you're doing in the present and what can you do in the present. Because let's say there is something that's like, I could have actually done this better. I could have done that better. I could have said that better. Okay. You're still living. You still got a whole life left to do whatever it is you're questioning that may be. If it didn't feel right to you, you can redo it. It's life. Who cares? You learn as you go. That's the whole point of life, right? You're not fucking perfect. Neither is anybody who's judging you if you're being judged. And if you're judging yourself, give yourself some fucking grace. You have the grace and gratitude here, remember. Be grateful for the lesson and move along with grace, and run wild. You know, do you? You'll learn along your path. And I think with Run Wild, it really does talk about having that rebellious energy. And when you're being rebellious, you break through something. You break through your own barriers, one. And you break through the patterns that kept you in those barriers, creating new connections, new friendships, new lovers, new collaborative partners. I feel like that breakthrough energy is probably where that influencer status comes from. Or maybe you feel like, wow, I'm just gonna be myself, and you being yourself, either you get the influencer status or you got this influencer status and now you're like, okay, I'm scared of being myself, and it's a reminder to be like, no, be you. Keep being you. Run wild. Be feral, as the ravers say. Okay. Feral. I love that word, by the way. Anyway, then we have, oh my god, I have my thing. I haven't even been using it. It's like staring at me right in my face. Then we have here, things are going to be turned in your favor. People that were against you all of a sudden will be for you. Ideas, creativity, promotion, contracts are going to come into your hands. So yeah, like I said, it's that influencer status. You are gonna gain so much from, I don't know, maybe it's just you being you and you gain this influencer status, which if you do, fuck yeah, and fucking congratulations. Like, let me know, girl. Tell me your tea. Like, how did you get there? Like, let a girl know, okay? I'm trying to get up there. This is one way. I went all out. This was the vision that I had when it's funny, I actually saw this vision, but it was in a different location. I was in my closet, because my closet is like, it's big enough to fit this. But then I wanted a banner, and I was like, how can I have this vision? I don't have a fucking banner. I can't have a banner here, because there's like a window, and then the other sides are like for my clothes. So then this came out to be. So the universe will make you really have the vision and think that it's not possible when it is. And you know, you might think it's not possible, and that's why this is a fucking miracle. And now you're gonna be able to run wild with it. I don't know, but it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. You got like double Leo energy. I love the synchronicities. This is reiterating the whole, girl, you're gonna be big. I don't know how you can be big. This contract or promotion that's coming in is gonna really take your life in a whole new trajectory. It's gonna feel almost like Uranian. I think, oh, you know what? Let's look at this Gemini energy too. I wasn't gonna go back into astrology, but now I'm like, what's going on with Uranus here? Since there's so much Uranian energy with the Hierophant reversed. Influencer status does give me Uranian energy, because that's like Aquarius, they're always on their phone. They're the aliens of the zodiac, and what do aliens have? The best technology. I'm an Aquarius, by the way. I'm not trying to gas myself, okay? I'm just saying, I'm a fucking Aquarius. Anyway, I'm really proud of myself for this, okay? This was a lot of hard work. Let's see, the Uranian energy, that's where I was getting at. I'm sorry, I'm just like, huh? Girl, go out with your friends the day of the eclipse. Like, something good is gonna happen. Just make sure you're with your real friends, not a friend that you're like questioning. Because if there's a friend that you're not like fuck yes about, it's a fuck no. Something's going on. So make sure your friends that you're with are the fuck yes friends. It was a hair, sorry. Because you have really good Uranus aspects going on here, and this is a collective reading, okay? So yeah, like you have Uranus trine Pluto. Oh my god! You get yourself into some big networking deal. Big, like this is fuck yeah. Like the promotion, the contracts, that comes in with Uranus and Pluto in good aspects. What the fuck? Yeah, Neptune, sextile Uranus. So it's like with Neptune, it's like the dreamy land. It's also very spiritual. So it's like, maybe it's like this deeply spiritual insight that you're providing for people that's like the collective that's looking at you. Uranus is just like, whoa. Like, whoa. Or maybe it's that connection that, you know, you love this artist and you show this artist your artwork and they're like, all right, let's collab. Let's fucking collab. And that collab is going to fucking blow you the fuck up. Like, that is what that could be. Ooh, well, this is a 4-degree sextile from Uranus and Jupiter, so that expansion, and it's Gemini, 11th house energy, and Leo, because Jupiter is going to be in Leo, so a lot of talking, a lot of grandiosity when you speak, when you collaborate with others. It's like, you want to go VIP to the show, and your friends are like, you know what, bitch, I'm gonna go with you to VIP, and yeah, you just do some like grandiosity type shit anyway. And the festival's like near you because Gemini is like near you. Anyway, that's another way you could play out. I'm just gonna continue on with the last card here because I can ramble. But the last card here that we are gonna close this off with, if you didn't get something you really wanted at this time, if you feel stuck or feel like things are not going according to your plans, know that something bigger and better is coming. It's something filled with divine magic that couldn't come into your life if you were to receive what you are to asking for now. So yeah, that does talk about the Six of Wands reverse with the delayed success. So that's doubling down on that delayed success, and you know, maybe it's because you were in hermit mode before. You're like, I'm gonna be in my shell because I'm scared of judgment. And now you're like, okay, fuck this. Like, fuck everyone's judgment. I'm gonna be me. And with Pluto Aquarius, there's like a lot of Aquarius, Leo, Aries energy. And like, I'm not saying that because me, like my charts, but those are my big three. Like, no, Pluto is in Aquarius, Jupiter is in Leo, North Node in Aquarius, South Node in Leo, the Sun in Leo. Like, did I say Saturn Aries? Like, that's the signature. Holy shit. Sorry, I'm like, I don't know what's gonna go on with me that time. I know there's gonna be something big, but like, I don't know what it is. Y'all tell me in the comments, please. Astrologers will have an idea, tarot readers will have an idea, but we don't know exactly what it is. We just got the picture painted in abstract, and we have to figure out what that painting really is. So, and that's for you as well. Like, we don't know what it is, but whatever it is, just make sure you got time. Like, if you got shit you gotta do, important paperwork, please do it, because this is going to be another level of responsibility. And I will leave it at that. I think I said a lot, and I do want to keep this short. If you do want this to be as a channel charm using the symbolisms that we have here, go ahead and check the link down below and look for the YouTube-based reading. If you do want customs, I do also offer customs, something more catered to you and your energy. And if customs are not something you want to do because it's like, what am I gonna get here? Then we also offer me, because I'm the only one who does this, but I also offer the pre-made channel charms. All of it is going to be linked down below, but you can also look up channelcharms.store with 2 L's. I did that on purpose for like the parallel, and also because, you know, I'm not trying to get in any issues with other companies. But that is all for now. I'm going to leave it at that. You have a wonderful and blessed day or night wherever you are. Peace, love, unity, respect. Play a little trance, do a little dance, and we'll see you the fuck later. Bye! Hi everybody, if you chose pile 3, then this is your pile. Also, the cutest little child that I have, my favorite, and as you can tell, I love white tigers. I don't know, something about white tigers. They're also rare, like they're nearly extinct, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry if I'm displaying the wrong info. And also let me know, but yeah, it's so cute, it's so soft, and I don't know, I just love them so much. And if I was a tiger, being that I'm Leo rising, with the Leo Mars, but if I was a tiger, like a part of a cub family, yeah, it'd be this one. So if this was your chosen pile, then this message is for you. Let me grab my handy dandy wand here, because I forgot I had this, and yeah, I mean, usually I use it when I'm showing you my hands, but I will be making a little more content with me showing my face as long as I look good, because I don't know how I feel about looking like shit and being on video, like without my makeup on. Although, I don't mind, I like quality, and I feel like without makeup I'm not as presentable, but I mean, who knows, that might change. Yeah, we'll see. I'm like playing with things right now. This is all new in terms of like setup, and I'm just seeing how I want to do things. And maybe that's also you're seeing how you're gonna do things, because as you can see, I have the pictures of the cards laid out, but I will be going over the astrology, some aspects of the astrology, not all of the astrology, that stick out to me, that is for the collective. If you do want a personal reading, go ahead and look into my Shopify, as that's where I do offer the services. I also offer channel charms, custom and pre-made. You get to know what to expect with the pre-made, but just know that I also offer the YouTube base. So if you do like the cards displayed here, I can go ahead and make a channel charm based off of that, and those don't require a reading, since this is technically the reading. That's why it's cheaper, because it's for the collective, but it's the more affordable channel charm option that I do have. Whoops. That was from when I took the picture. I had to fix my display. Anything that the cards stick out in terms of like the astrology, I will go over it. I do want to prepare you. I think this pile is the hardest pile, and I'm just letting you know so that you go into this reading prepared. You know, you watch the weather all the time, right? And you need to know, okay, do I need to bring a coat? Do I need to bring an umbrella? Do I need to bring a jacket? Like, what kind of jacket do I need to bring? What kind of a coat do I need to bring? Like, yeah, girl or guy. It's just a lot going on here. I'm going to prepare you for, and I do have guidance cards as well. And let me just make sure. Yeah, I did offer you a little more cards than my other piles, because when I do see rough edges in the chart, I got you covered. One thing to know is you're gonna be dealing with a lot of imbalances. Maybe there's like certain people that fall through that it's like you don't even know how to balance out your priorities. So from what I see here, you have the Temperance reversed, and that's like maybe there's an imbalance with the things that you're indulging. And then you also have the Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles, it's like it's doubling down on the imbalance that you have and that you might be struggling with here. But this is like for stability. Like there's too much going on here with like your work and play. Like those two are just out of whack. Like I don't know if it's like too many days where you're just like you're doing the most, and then there's too many days where you're just overindulging, because the temperance is more of like the happy indulgence, like doing that a little too much. But then like with the pentacles, that is in relation to like your stability and what you're doing in the tangible reality. But seeing these two, I could also even say that it's like you're partying too much and now you're trying to balance out your finances. Or you've been doing a crazy like trip and now you're like, fuck, I don't know how I'm gonna pay for all these things, potentially. And then there is a moment of like justice that is coming in, and I feel like this justice could be about something that was like a hardship that you were going through, or that you are going through in that time. And this is kind of like saying like, hey, don't worry about it. You gotta be real strong for this, girly, because man, it's like, this is very like 12th house Pisces in a negative sense energy. And I'm not talking about like Pisces being bad. I'm saying Pisces as a theme for this. Like, I've had Jupiter in my 12th, and man, that was hard. That was really hard. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still going through it, and I think it's getting better, but it's still fucking hard. But this is giving me very 12th house energy. Maybe you have a lot of planets in your 12th house, or these planets are going to be transiting your 12th house. Please have a look at that. Because with the Temperance reversed and the Two of Pentacles reversed, to me that's very like 12th housey, like to the point of your own self-detriment. Because that's also what the 12th house and Pisces, because Pisces rules the 12th house. I mean, that can be an indicator of self-detriment, self-sabotage. I think this justice that's going to come in could be something that is emotionally going to restore some sort of balance, some sort of wellness. And I say that because of the last card of the tarot deck, not the entire thing, but the tarot deck being the Ace of Cups. But yeah, it's like a period of bad luck, and like you're in a sticky, very sticky situation. I mean, look at this. It's the bee. I'm sad because they use the bee as like the bad guy here, when it should have been a wasp. Okay, bees are the one is the best. Okay, I may have a bias, but fucking whatever. Yeah, like this bee is the devil in this case, where these two people are now stuck in a sticky situation and they're not happy about it. So maybe it's you and another person in a shitty situation where maybe it's like you weren't emotionally satisfied, so something comes in where it's like groups of people or connections or even music that help you heal that. Because I see like all the birds together and they're just like tweet, you know. So, or even gardening too, because there's like a little garden here, and maybe gardening will help you. But it is hard, whatever this eclipse is, and it does have the drama. Because I look at the cards to indicate where to look at in the charts, I would look at Mars straight off the bat because of the devil being here. And I would look at Pluto to see where this could be landing for you, potentially as a collective reading. Let's actually, before I even continue, let's look at August 12th, 2026. That's when the eclipse is happening at 1:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? Eastern Standard Time, y'all. If you go into the charts, let me see. We do have Mars in Cancer. Mars in Cancer is very explosive with their emotions. Yes, they will bottle it up, and it does take a few to really say what's going on. Everyone's having this transit happening, and you know, Mars in Cancer, it will hold its emotions until it like bursts. Mars in Cancer is very explosive. It's very like, if you're not nourished, you're gonna blow up, or you could even be running on fumes and you're not emotionally satiated. Make sure when you're interacting with people, or especially like whoever gives you like this devil energy, whoever feels like a parasite, or whoever you're stuck in a sticky situation with, make sure that you eat before you see them. Make sure you enjoy some play before putting yourself in a hard situation. And I mean, with Pluto and Aquarius, it could even be like groups of people that make you feel unsettled, or like this parasitic devil energy is intertwined with groups of people, or they even try to get groups of people to shame you or to shit on you, to do some damage here. And if in the case that it is not somebody, I mean, it could be that, you know, maybe there is some bad habits that you are having due to some like unlucky life situation. So you like need a hit of dopamine or a hit of something, and you're like, I need this to cope, and this is my way of doing justice. And that's why I say it could be a 12th house thing here, where there is some sort of self-detrimental... Ooh. Sorry about that. It could be some sort of self-detrimental thing that's going on here. So just be aware of any habits. And at this time of it being with the eclipse, it's now in Leo. So, I mean, try to temper your emotions, because with Leo, it makes things explosive. Now, Mars is in Cancer, but I say Leo because you got the South Node in Leo, and then you also have the Sun in Leo with a stellium of Leo. Not just the Sun. It's the Moon, it's Jupiter, it's Mercury, it's the South Node, like I mentioned earlier. So, we gotta be careful with ego, pride. Part of me was gonna say maybe saying too much. Being overzealous, being over prideful, being compassionless, like whether that it could be you, it could be somebody else, like give it to the person where the shoe fits, if you catch my drift. I'm trying to say, basically what I'm trying to say, if the shoe fits, wear it, but if it's somebody else, if their shoe fits, fucking let them wear it, you know? But this is what's going on with the eclipse, and that's the tarot portion. I want to move along with the next portion here, which is the energy vampire that is showing next. And I'm not going to read the blurbs, I'm just going to move along with the titles to streamline this video and get to the point. But I have the pictures, I think they're going to be displayed here, where you can see that and read the blurbs for yourself. And if anything sticks out to me, though, I will say it on here. But yeah, energy vampires. So maybe this energy vampire that's here is showing you like the negative sides of Leo. As I mentioned, Mars is in Leo, so maybe their way of being an energetic vampire is in a way that's like trying to tear you down emotionally in some way, and making you feel like with the love bomb here, probably making you feel like you're important, you mean so much to me, the love bomb thing, and then just like ghosting you, or like saying things that could be hurtful. But I do see here with the luxury life, there could be like a trip or some sort of getaway that is going to help you. You just gotta be careful with this person, like being a peep tom. What is it? Peep tom? Tomming peep? Peeping tom. Yeah. Because of the catfish here. I know it's a catfish. But when I see it, it's like, I'll show you the two cards next to each other. But it's like, okay, the girl is here like chilling out. I don't think that you're getting catfished by a person necessarily. I feel like it's more of like he's peeping into her life and she's just like doing her own thing and enjoying her vacation, and he's probably trying to like get some sort of connection here. And maybe it's like, okay, he love bombed you and maybe he's not getting the attention that he wants, or she is not getting the attention that they want, and that's why you're being love bombed. It's something that's not genuine. I feel like this person is not genuine at all. I feel like you need to make sure that you have a boundary with this person. I feel like they're fake. And it could be the person is being fake nice, like sweet and salty. This isn't somebody who's genuine. I feel like they're being very deceptive. And that's also what that catfish is about. But I'm just letting you know, girl, like, don't stress, okay? I feel like there is some good things that are gonna come despite this wacky vibe. Because you do have miracles, passion and pleasure, and surrendering to the journey. Now, it could be that this miracle happens through a vacation, you know. So you have an opportunity to go on vacation and boom, a miracle happens at that vacation. Or you might have a friend that comes over and is like, girl, I got your trip covered, like, don't worry about it. And that's like the miracle. I definitely do see here that you are traveling, or there's like some sort of like party. Just make sure that you're not overindulging here to the point where you're like trying to figure out your checks and balances. With the Temperance reversed and the Two of Pentacles reversed, there's like things getting thrown out of whack, and there's an emphasis on imbalance here. There is an area of your life where you're gonna have to let go of control. Maybe it's the way that you approach this person. What can I control so that they can't do me this way? Or what can I control so that they can't do me that way? When the real choice here, and maybe this is what you realize during this trip, maybe I should let this person go or this area of life go so that it's not within this like Wheel of Fortune reverse devil energy. Because this is rough. And you know, I say that because of the surrendering to the journey. Or maybe it's like you work your ass off so much and it's like work harder, play hard, but maybe this trip is the thing that teaches you like it's okay to breathe, and you might find some things out about yourself that you need to find out about yourself when you allow yourself to rest. It's interesting because we're coming to the end of Mercury Pisces right now, but I heard one astrologer say that we're going to be revisiting things from this Mercury Pisces. And I know we're not talking about Mercury Pisces, it's not in the chart, but it's like an area of life that you're revisiting is what I'm getting with this, that you couldn't have seen unless you relaxed. And the reason why I say the reason why I talked about this Mercury Pisces is like I had that time to take off. For example, I'll give you my own example. I had time to take off, and I realized that this sleep issue wasn't a part of what I had in mind of what it was. I'm not going to even get into detail. It's actually worse. Like, there's more to it. And like after years of dealing with a certain thing in my life, because I don't want to get down into detail until like the stages of my life are different, then I can go ahead and talk about it, but right now I can't. There is an area of my life that I can't really talk too much about, but if it wasn't for that little vacation I took, I would have realized these things. And this is kind of what it's like pointing out to me. It's like you get this rest, this break, and you might realize some things like some unconscious pattern where maybe you're controlling a situation. You don't realize it's control, but it is. Or maybe the other person's controlling you and you don't think of it in a certain way until you realize like, wait, something's not right here. You might realize like this person is being shady and controlling, or you might feel like you were unconsciously controlling somebody. But it's like with the way that this Devil card is, it's like they're both in it together. Like a toxic connection, whether it's work, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's our partner, it takes two to tango, right? Because, you know, let's say one person stays and the other person stays knowing the other person just showed them a bunch of red flags. Like, and it's not saying that the person in, let's say, for example, an abusive relationship or abusive friendship, abusive job, is the one to be the problem. It just doesn't help the problem in them staying or in their involvement, right? It's like, do you stand up for yourself and create an argument, or do you just not say anything at all because that person has their own idea in their mind of how they portray you, and it's better not to say anything? So, I mean, that's also, it could be your situation too. But as an affirmations to better help guide you in this tough time, and like, it sucks because it's like, I had so much energy in these readings, but then like seeing this, I'm like, it's like coming onto oncoming traffic here. maybe you also have like this delays here, especially with the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Maybe this person like causes you some sort of delay in where you're trying to go in life. But we have the Listen Bitch cards. I love hearing derogatory words in cards. But it says, listen, bitch. Don't hold back the tears. Let them flow like a fucking faucet. Cry it out, girl. Whatever you're going through is definitely serious. It's definitely going to get you emotional. We just talked about the Mars in Cancer. I do actually want to talk about that Mars in Cancer a little more in depth with the transits, because this is a little bit more negatively focused. I'm going to look at Mars, given that it's also like a more confrontational energy, which is what I'm seeing here. So the energy vampires, when I look at that, I automatically feel like you might be feeling the opposition from Mercury to Pluto. I know I did mention Mars, but as I was trying to find Mars, I saw that first, which is interesting because that does talk about like this energy with the energy vampires. It's like somebody saying things that could really change the way you see this person or how they see you, and you might get a little paranoid about the situation. So when you take that vacation, please get out of your mind, get out of your head, like enjoy a bonfire, or if you're not even traveling and it's like a house party, I don't know, a party, like take the time to enjoy it. Don't overindulge. Make sure like if you have responsibilities, you take care of that, because again, there's like an imbalance with both aspects of like partying too much and then working too much. It's like you want one thing, but then the other person's like trying to underhandedly doing something else that is very opposite of what you wanted. And maybe this person's like, don't leave to that trip. Like, who are you gonna see? I don't know. There's just like this weird controlling dynamic here. And because I did talk about Mars, I'm just trying to find the... Yeah, and then you have Mars, quincunx, Pluto, you know, like this can be very snappy, okay? A screaming fit, probably. Because, remember, we had the Mercury opposite Pluto. Mercury is your words, okay? Pluto is controlling. Pluto is the dark night of the soul. And you also have that dark night of the soul in quincunx to Mars, which is your fighting spirit, which is how you assert yourself in this world. This could be regarding your safety as well, how you feel safe in this world, how you feel nurtured, and so you might have to fight for that, or this person is fighting you for that. This could be people from home, family, friends. I mean, home, family, or friends that feel like family, people from the past. I'm not saying Cancer placements are this way, but if they do have a Cancer placement, they might be the ones that is fired up. And then, especially if it's like Sun, Moon, or Rising in Cancer. Versus the Aquarius archetype, so whether it's groups of people, a literal Aquarius, and there's a sense of like trying to break free, because Aquarius is about breaking free, right? Another thing that I do want to add, because the catfish on here and the love bombing, I would also look into Neptune, because Neptune is deception. Neptune is what goes on behind the scenes. It's that 12th house energy, literally. And it's Pisces energy when it's in negative. What's in a negative? Okay, not every Pisces is terrible. I love Pisces, by the way. Pisces and Scorpio, we're like this. You have Ceci squares from Neptune to the Moon and Neptune to the Sun. So that's like hidden motivations regarding leadership and family. Things might be a little hard in the home life right now, if it is a home life issue, because there's like negative moon aspects, and again, you're not seeing things clearly. You're gonna want to ask questions. Group 1 had the same thing where it's like, ask more questions. Pry if you can, but don't be rude about it. Although I don't know if this person is being rude or not. Please use your discernment, okay? Sometimes we're the bad guy and we don't realize it until later, or sometimes you're actually the victim, and like, don't allow yourself to take responsibilities for other people's shit that they're throwing at you, you know? I always advocate for if it's you or them, because I hate saying all the time, oh my god, you've been treated like poor. Like, no, I'm not the one that's always gonna be like, poor you. Sometimes we can be the one that's like, damn, I could have been better. So self-awareness is key. Although if you're the person watching this, most likely you're probably the one suffering through something, because you know, people who seek out guidance, they're not seeking out guidance to be fucking assholes, okay? What's gonna help you in this, because it's a lot of deception here, hidden motives, people doing things from under the table, like it's not good. What's gonna help you through this? These are in further degrees, so it might be a tiny bit hard to access it, but you might want to sit with whatever's being presented to you for a little bit before you respond, because you have the Saturn trine, not Saturn, oh my goodness. No, yeah, Saturn trine the Moon, Saturn trine the Sun. I know it's 5 degrees, but I'm just letting you know that this is something that could be helpful if you reach for it and really try to slow it down, slow that reaction down, breathe, give yourself time to think. Maybe that vacation is going to be the thing that helps you in that breathing, relaxing before you respond. I also see Mercury in sextile to Venus, so maybe that friend at that trip is the one to be like, if you need an ear, I'm there for you, or gives you the compliment that like makes your day. And it's, the astrology itself has a mix of good and hard, like the good and the bad, of course, but I think if you're taking like a short distance travel, that is the thing that can help you. The better aspects is Mercury, really, because you have the sextile to Venus, as we just went over, so there is some like good words out there from somebody despite the weird energy. And then a conjunction of Jupiter, so I mean, that's why I'm thinking, you know, is this like a start of a trip, or is this an initiation to a trip, or initiation to a class or school? Because maybe you're gonna up-level yourself. Typically when people are traveling around that time, it's, you know, they just finished with school, or they just finished learning something, significant in their life. It doesn't have to always be school. It could just be like you were dealing with something for 4 years and you're like graduating from that thing. And it could have been that maybe you're graduating from this weirdo energy. And if you're a festival goer, it could be even a festival, because travel is a Sagittarius theme. And what I do notice, or at least when I connect to Sagittarius energy, it always has to do with like festivals for me in particular. But I mean, and it could be also in sense of raves and festivals. They're grandiose. It is a Leo thing, but it's also a Sagittarius theme in terms of like grandiosity. So I mean, maybe you're going to a festival and it's time to kick back and chill, like Griz's song. Is that crazy? I'm gonna sit back, something, and chill. So yeah, anyway. You also have, I just want to give you like the good stuff. Yeah, so Venus trine Pluto, your connections are really going to help you. Maybe you have a boyfriend who's there and he's just like listening to your story. He's like, hey, I feel like you need to go on a road trip with me and just like forget about this crazy stuff. Let's go to this thing. Anything. There's like something with communication and a different kind of connection that is going to help guide you in this. I don't really talk about asteroids. I don't know too much. Like, no. I'm not too confident about asteroids. I do know that Eris is a asteroid of fighting, right? And that's in trine to the moon and in trine to the sun. So I feel like you're not scared to be like, excuse me, I don't feel comfortable with this. I need to go. I need to work on my emotions right now. Peace. Like, that's what I get when it's in trine to the moon. And then when it's in trine to the sun, it's like, I'm going to do something like creative to express all this pain that I dealt with. And that piece ends up being like viewed by so many people that appreciate it, and then you're like, wow, all my friends like this thing, or they commented, and now I'm getting some sort of acknowledgement. Like, the pain is now being expressed and transmuted into an art piece. That's what I have to say with the astrology. I'm going to continue on because I did go out of the cards here. And then you gotta listen, bitch. Don't take anyone's shit. You are to be respected always. Yeah, so there's like this level of disrespect. Somebody is just saying something off the like out of line. Like, whoever that person is a fucking asshole. They might be bitter. And this is like somebody that you've been like trying to shed that skin off. Not even. I was gonna say this person can be somebody who had transformed you in a way where it's like you were meek and now you're not meek anymore. You're gonna fight for respect, or you're gonna fight for who you know yourself to be, and you're not gonna let nobody call you whatever they think of you. Because the thing is, when somebody thinks of you in a certain way, you then start to enact those things. And that's why it's so important to have a sense of self, because that's what's gonna help you not become the very thing that, first of all, you don't want to be. If they're insulting you, that's not what you want to be. And it's gonna also make sure that you hold a sense of respect for yourself. Because the thing is, too, when we're fed with so much negative emotions, like, think of it like a plant. Like, if you talk bad to plants, like, they will die. Same thing with humans. Not that we will die, but, you know, our spirit dies. We lose motivation for things. We get depressed. And it's disgusting when people think that they can treat somebody negatively and have nothing to them done in return. And it's funny, too, because a lot of times people will be like, they'll believe in karma, but they'll think they're invincible of karma, or they'll think, oh, well, they did this and that justifies it. No. You are just as cruel and mean and disrespectful if you even try to perpetuate something, regardless of whether or not they did something wrong, and regardless of whether or not they're trying to make it better. And especially if they try to do better, and then you still, like, haggle them, like, you're, no. Anyway. Then we have, listen bitch, no other bitch can do it like you can. And I think you really have to remember that, because maybe it's like, this person's just giving you the wrong perspective of yourself. And I really think that they're just like making you feel like you can't take lead, when this Leo stellium, it's a whole Leo stellium, is about leadership. You can take the lead. I think you probably do so much, the other person probably undermines you knowing that you do so much, so that you can do less, because you feel worse about yourself. Because how can you be a high performer in a room where you're being disrespected? Like, no. And I will also say, have a look at your chart, look at Taurus, what is going on in that Taurus house, or if you have any Taurus placements. That's where that wounding is going to take place, because Chiron is going to be in Taurus, and that is at 0 degrees. So, I mean, thankfully, with that Taurus Chiron, it is actually in sextile to the Mars. So sextile, Mars, Chiron. There is a healing about also self-assertion, which is interesting. So it's kind of like, to me, maybe you've been through the ringer with this person for so long that it doesn't faze you. Like, no matter what you do, they'll complain. No matter what you do, they'll still judge you. No matter if you've done better, they're still gonna say their shit. So just do what you want to do to make you happy, since no matter what you do to help them be happy, apparently that doesn't work. So maybe your values is something that is being healed at this time. Your values is being healed by the actions that you do at home. And maybe it is that you're starting a new skincare routine, and as you're doing the skincare routine, you're telling yourself how you want to value yourself, or you're telling yourself affirmations in the mirror, or you're planting a garden and you're seeding intentions with the garden, or curating your own space at home that might be involving plants or food. You're making yourself food, and as you're making yourself food, you have these downloads that are like going to bring you a sense of emotional safety, or seeing that you value something that you didn't value as much before, and now you value it more because it has like some sort of sentiment for your self-worth, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go along with the next set of cards here. Oh shit. Well, the listen bitch cards wasn't supposed to happen yet. I actually didn't organize this correctly. Oh, well, anyway. I'm just realizing that now, but the next set of cards, they're landscapes. That was supposed to be before the listen bitch, but we'll continue on from here. But this does tell you the story that whatever's happening right now, like, you need to start making plans about how you're going to block this energy. So yeah, maybe having a vacation on that eclipse so you don't have to deal with crazy, whoever crazy is, or maybe plan a trip to a mountain, and that's kind of like a boundary to like the outside world, so that you can focus on yourself and your healing. And I say that because you have the boundaries card. What in your life do you need to create a Great Wall of China? You know, if somebody's harassing you too, I just want you to breathe and just imagine a Great Wall of China surrounding you. just surrounding you, okay? It's hard. It's a hard thing that you got going on here, and I think with the hard, there's still always some sort of good aspects. Don't let this person get to your head, because I think they will try. Maybe you're on this vacation and they're texting you a billion times, and you're like, I can't fucking breathe. Like, they can't let me be out of their sight or their mind for like a minute. So then you also have the growth card here. So you're definitely going to be going through this. It's reiterating that it's a hard time because it is growing. It's a growing pain with the growth card. It is a growing pain. It is something you might have to push back. Yeah, might have to give some pushback. And it is Leo season, so it might be dramatic. You have, what is this? A leopard? Or a jaguar? Kind of looks like a panther, but I've never seen a panther with, like, a black panther with black, darker leopard spots. But that's why I say with the black, it's like, okay, dark night of soul stuff, and the cards is growth, so it's like you're having growing pains, and this growing pain, maybe it's because somebody's mouth is a little fucking too big. I know it's weird to say that because I'm just saying that because I'm like looking at this cockatoo that's in here. And the cockatoo got a big mouth, so. And then we talking about like what, Mercury something? The bad aspects to Mercury with Mercury opposite Pluto. It's not good. And you know what? Since I mentioned a good aspect with the 5-degree difference of a trine to Saturn with the sun and moon, where it's asking you to just be a little mature about the situation. As a reminder, before I say my next thing, I do want to also warn you that there is going to be things that and this is why I'm saying, watch what you're saying, be mature about what you're saying, or don't say anything at all, because there is a Chiron trine to Mercury. No, not trine, sorry, square. Yeah, there's a square from Mercury to Chiron. Be careful what you say. This person gotta be careful what they say too, but it's something that you're gonna say and you're like, fuck, I sounded this way, I wasn't trying to sound that way, or fuck, I said too much and now this person is holding it over against me. Maybe you say where you're going and they're like, oh, so you can do that, you know what, I'm gonna do this thing now, and then like a tit for tat thing. I could definitely see that being a tit for tat, like based on the whole reading. So let's move on along with the advice. I know we gave the affirmations. Would have been the affirmations, but we already did that. Now I have the advice here. Let go of the past. Be present. Be true to who you are. And pull yourself close. This is very similar to the second pile. But the second pile didn't have too much crazy stuff going on. I feel like you have it the hardest. First pile was like a real mix of both, but you know, there might be things that you're holding grudge on, and maybe that's why it's like saying the let go of control. Maybe that's your unconscious way of control, or it doesn't have to be like as a way of control. It's just like your way of protecting yourself, and when holding on to the thing is actually more detrimental. I really think that letting it go is going to help you move forward, and it's gonna help you be more present, and you do have the card to be present, and when you allow yourself to be present, I think your true colors, who you really are, begins to show, and you're not caught in your head of, oh my god, this person said that thing, oh god, and then you're ruminating on it, and like, no. It's parasitic. Don't feed that energy. Be present. Be who you are. If you like freaking going and dressing up like a cat, I don't know. That was the first thing that came up. If you felt like dressing up like a cat and going to the bar, fucking do it. Be true to who you are. Or if you're making content and you're worried about what the world is gonna say or think, or you're posting things that are edgy, like, who gives a fuck? Just be you. The right people will gravitate toward you. And it says, pull yourself close. So, yeah, and maybe one way to pull yourself close is to do things where you're expressing yourself, do things that allow some emotional, I want to say emotional reprieve, which is funny, I don't really say reprieve, so whenever I say words or things that I don't normally say, I feel like it's channeled, because yeah, I don't fucking say that. Write a journal for yourself, write some notes for yourself, do things that make you express yourself in any way you can as your outlet, not just going to travel, not just blowing money and finances because of the imbalance that I saw earlier. You know, who are you if money isn't involved? That's actually a post that my friend posted, and I'm like, huh. That's a very, very good question to have the collective really think about, is who are you without the money? How do you emotionally nourish yourself? Physically, emotionally, spiritually. But then we're going to end it here with the last 2 cards because I need to wrap it up. I had this video be really long. I didn't realize how long it was. So, when going through tough times, it is important to remember that nothing up to this point has defeated you. You've overcome challenges before. Be kinder to yourself and be thankful for all that you already have. And you know, as I'm reading that, something comes to mind of like, have you let this person who's criticized you in your head, and like, are they the ones to be yammering in your head, like whatever, yapping in your head, and now you're criticizing yourself because they are doing that? Like, it's already bad enough that you have somebody doing that. Don't do that to yourself. The thing is, people, manipulators, they will say something is wrong with you, knowing damn well that you're probably not even doing the thing that they're probably criticizing you for, or they're exaggerating the situation so that they feel better about themselves and you feel like shit. Because that's their goal. That's what manipulators do. They want to see your reaction. And they want to make sure that they're seeing a reaction that they want to see. So don't show them that reaction. Don't even flinch. Just don't. Only when you're away, then you can, like the other card said, cry it out. Don't let them see that. Fuck that. And then we have here, focus on what is important to you. Don't give your time, or energy to your worries, as this would only amplify them. Like we mentioned, focus on what matters to you with every thought. You are creating your future. Yeah. So remember, if you are creating your future from what it looks like here, don't focus on what they tell you. Don't focus on it. Don't worry about it. They're just background noise. Okay? Maybe there's something good along the horizon that you're working hard on right now, and people have yet to know. But yeah, that is all for now. I hope this has been helpful. I really hope this has been helpful. This is a pretty gnarly eclipse for you guys, so get some sage, light some incense, focus on your breath, and, you know, planning whatever you gotta plan your way out of whatever this is, plan your way into the better thing. Do that. Focus on that. And, you know, even if it is the case that life isn't giving you that traction with like the Mars, Neptune, well, not Mars, Neptune, Mars and Pluto, like there might be unclarity about certain things, maybe from them or whatever you're heading to in your life situation. Just don't even worry about it. Don't even sweat it. Just keep building the future that you want to see for yourself. Even if that means going at it alone, and I don't think you are going to go at it alone, because I'm like also looking at like the 2 people that are in the pull yourself close. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope this has been helpful. Please feel free to like, subscribe, hype the video if this has been helpful for you. I will be doing more videos as time goes on. This is something I'm experimenting with because I never seen an astrologer do a pick a card while astrologer or tarot reader do like a pick a card mixed in with the astrology in this sort of way. Again, I'm just testing things. I don't know if you guys like it. Astrology can be so grounding, and one thing that I've learned from the Leo King, regardless or not if you like him, this is just facts, okay? But he has said that tarot and oracle cards are what confirms the astrology. Because you cannot deny what the astrology says, but you can always have a certain way you want to view things with tarot and oracle cards. So that's why I always integrate it. Well, I try to always integrate it with the astrology. It might not be in this big way of like me having the charts there all the time, although maybe I do remember the current transits. I hope you have a blessed day. Feel free to look at my Shopify for extra guidance, or if you would like to turn this into a channel charm, as the channel charm will have charms that will guide you in this, whether it is to embody the synchronicities to look after, like this eye, for example, or having like flowers, because there are flowers here, and that does talk about blooming, and more in particular lotus, where you're coming from the mud into, you're built from the mud into something beautiful. And yeah, so like something like that would be on the channel charm. It's all of the cards that we went over, like those imageries or whatever was written, like, you know, if it says like creativity, for example, I don't see it anywhere here, but then I would have like some charm with something creative. So that's just get an idea of what the YouTube based channel charm is. But if you want something more catered to your energy and who you truly are, definitely check out the custom made channel charm. And I also offer readings for those as well, or you can just buy the channel charm itself. And the pre-made channel charms, if you do want to know how they're supposed to look, and I've displayed them here, over there, that's something else. That's like my own pile of stuff. All the other channel charms really are in a bag, because I'm going to be doing a presentation. I don't know if it happened yet already by the time I record this video. If not, it's going to be the New York Times Square Healing and Psychic Fair in Trip Hotel. So I hope I see you guys there, or I see you in the next video. And again, let me know if this has been helpful for you, and if it has, please like, subscribe, and hype the video, whatever you can. Hit the bell notification so you make sure you get all the updates. Peace, love, unity, respect. Do a little trance, do a little dance, or play a little trance, do a little dance. I'll see you later. Bye, and I hope you feel better.